It's Friday evening. It's 10:03, and it's daily reading with Coach Kenya, day 194. Let's go. Let's go, day 91.94. We've been doing it for 194 days. Can you believe it? I can believe it. Actually, I can't believe it. The fact that I've been fighting with this software for the last hour. But I kept saying, just forget it, just forget it. And I was like, you know what? No, let me just have patience with myself. Let me just stay focused. Let me delete it. Let me download it again. Let me start over. Hello, POW. How are you? Let me start over. Let me try again. So I deleted it. Bam, here we go. So it doesn't seem to be glitching at all. We seem to be, the streaming software seems to be running well. So let's advance into it. Today is day 194 of Daily Reading with Coach Kenya Elliott. I'm your girl. I've lost over 479 pounds naturally, and I've kept over 469 pounds of that off for the last 8 to 9 years. 8 to 9 years. It's really been more like 9 years. Going on 10. But I started this journey 11 years ago on my deathbed on my 36th birthday. So thank you so much for the opportunity to share my story with you, to share my journey with you, and to thank you for allowing me to motivate myself. And in the process, someone is able to be motivated as well. Hey, Wavy Ways, Katrina, Katharina, I think, Caroline, Daphne, Vera, Sky. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so day 194, we're going to be reading from our first book. If you're new here to joining us, we read from two books. We read from these same two books every day, and we talk about how fear affects weight loss and wellness. Hello, Kenya. How are you? Beautiful. How fear affects weight loss and wellness, okay? And so that's our goal, is to make sure that we're not rushing to something or rushing from something that prevents us from actually having sustainable weight loss and wellness goals. So the goal is that we're addressing our mindset. We're dealing with our emotions. We're looking at things a little bit differently. So we're losing weight, but we're losing it mentally and physically so that it can last, okay? So the goal is to give feedback, support, information, resources, all of those good things to help you say, oh my gosh, I'm going to try this. Oh my gosh, I probably need to do this. And then those things will allow you to grow mentally so that the results can be sustained. Thank you so much, 2D. Is it 2D DFH? Dallas, Fort Worth, maybe. No. Thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate you. Okay, so we're going to start with David Komalafi. Day 194 says, but Jesus turned around, and when he saw her, he said, be of good cheer, daughter. Your faith has made you well. And the woman was made well from that hour. Principle: being cheerful in the midst of your fear is wellness to your soul. Being cheerful in the midst of your fear is wellness to your soul. Prayer 1. I am encouraged, cheerful, and full of faith in Jesus' name. 2. I receive wellness of soul in Jesus' name. So 1, I'm encouraged, cheerful, and full of faith in Jesus' name. 2, I receive wellness of soul in Jesus' name. So the principle for today is being cheerful in the midst of your fear is wellness to your soul. Have you ever been so afraid of something that you can't move forward, you can't move back, you can't go to the side, you can't go under it, you can't go over it? The only option is through it, and the fear is literally disabling you. Literally disabling you. I can tell you that when I've lost weight the first time, I was so afraid of gaining the weight back that I was rushing through everything. Oh my gosh, everything was a hurry, everything was serious, everything was life or death, everything is if I don't. And I end up gaining the weight back, 389 pounds in 10 months, because I was so afraid of gaining the weight back that nothing I was doing was for the purpose of longevity. Everything was for the purpose of, okay, if I could just get this off, get this off. And then I got the weight off, and I was a hot mess expressed emotionally. I was struggling. I wanted to unalive myself. I was not happy. And what had happened was there was no opportunity for my emotional and mental mindset to come along. Hey, Stephanie, on the journey. My mindset did not have an opportunity to come along on the journey of the weight loss. So yeah, I was losing weight all right, but my mindset wasn't growing. It wasn't changing. It was only focused on the number, the number, the number, 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 number. And every time that number wasn't what I thought it should be, I was in a state of depression and I suck and I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. And I no, 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 no. When the truth of the matter is, I was living in so much fear of staying big and the fear of being big again that there was no real energy or presence. I wasn't present in the journey. I wasn't present in my mind. I was focused on what you thought, what she gonna say, what they gonna say, and what I didn't want to be versus trying to accept where I was so that I could accept where I was going. It's real. Fear is a powerful, 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 powerful thing. And a lot of times we don't even know that we are living in forms of fear. Yes, Stephanie, 592 pounds, all natural. Thank you so much. And I have to tell you, without the mindset shift, without the behavioral food rewiring, without the modification, without the tapping, the EFT, the breathing, the humming techniques, without those things, I would still be emotional eating. I would still be eating all my emotions away. I would still be eating every time I got stressed out, worried, sad, lonely, broken, disappointed, abandoned. I'd still be eating, but not anymore. Not anymore. Today I can feel a feel. Thank you, Nikki. Hi, Ray. I can feel a feel and I don't have to chew a deal. Listen to what I said. Today, I can feel high internet, and I don't have to chew a deal. I don't have to go get a Happy Meal, a $5 deal, a $3 deal, and a $4 deal if I'm not emotionally eating to feel. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm on a low carb keto, and I know it'll work, but my mind keeps playing tricks on me. Ash, it's the mindset is more important than anything you do. I don't care how habitual you get, how much weighing, how many ketos, and until the mindset has been addressed, the cycle continues. Why? Because the body follows the mind. But many of us want weight loss to be the mind follow the body. But because it requires self-control, self-discipline, and self-belief, habits can only get you so far. So you say it has to be in your mind. A lot of us think, okay, if the food is the problem, but the food is part of the problem. You're the other part. We're the other part. Food is not jumping off the counter in your mouth. You're picking it up. So because you play the primary focus in how the food gets inside of you, you have to be the primary focus that's broken from the bondage. It's so much more than going to the gym, logging your food in the app, because those things don't stop the obsessive compulsive craving, thoughts, and stress. It don't stop that. It doesn't matter how many calories I count. If I get stressed out from being lonely and a recent divorcee and I'm sad every night, I'm still going to eat at night before I go to bed to calm myself, to soothe myself, because I'm emotionally addicted to being calmed down with food. So I can do all right 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. It's not what I'm doing in front of you that's the problem. It's what I'm doing not in front of you that is the problem. It's the small snacking. It's the obsessive compulsive chewing. The protein chips that I eat a whole bag of and consider it low carb, low keto. Not if I eat the whole bag. If it says 8 chips is one serving, if you eat 40 chips, ma'am, that's not one serving. But my mindset will lead me to believe, well, because I haven't had it in a while, it's okay. But if it's our Achilles tendon, if it's the thing that sends us into the limp, then we have to gain mind control. Habitual control won't be enough. Because the minute my mind convinces me that I need to chew that item, I'm going to get that item. Because mind runs body. Does it make sense? Okay. Okay. How long were you at? How long? Oh, hold on. Let me go back up to I skipped the time. I have all my contacts, y'all, so I'm trying to see. Thank you so much for the compliment. I'm going through the fear of the number 2. I'm working on it. You got this. 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 Ash, you got this. Mind over matter. Mind over matter. Come up with food affirmations. Say those food affirmations with deep breathing in the morning, 10 minutes, in the evening, 10 minutes. If you know that you have certain stresses around certain things, you develop coping techniques to make sure you don't turn to food or chewing for those things. Some of us also restrict to deal with the stresses and issues of our daily living and don't realize that that's what we're doing. And I'm looking for your card, and I know it work. It will work. It will work. It will work, mama. It will. I don't even want cake or crave it because I pray and fast and have discipline. I started in January. Ash, it's so funny you say that. My biggest strugglers are the ones that fast, that extensively fast 40 days, 21 days, 7 days. The reason why is because the refeeding, there's no knowledge and education about the importance of refeeding. Many people have, unfortunately, because when they spiritually fasted, they did get weight loss results. So yes, although many of us are fasting for spiritual reasons, in the back of our minds, subconsciously, let's keep it real. You're thinking about the amount of weight you're going to lose from not eating and only drinking water. Let's be real. Let's just be real. And the truth to the matter is, when you go to refeed, if you're not careful, you may lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds on a 40-day fast. But if you're not careful, in 3 weeks, you'll have a nice little 40 pounds right back on you because of the refeeding. Many people don't even know what refeeding is. They're like, what? And I'm like, well, you said you're an avid faster and spiritual prayer. Do you know what fasting refeeding is? I've never heard of it. I'm like, you might want to start looking it up. It'll tell you why your body becomes 3 week inflamed after 3 weeks of fasting every time. It'll tell you why you get a headache after a certain amount of days after you break the fast. It'll tell you. It'll explain to you why the first couple of days you're fine, but then you get severely tired. It'll tell you if you're someone who you can make it through all the way through the end of the fast and you get a cold at the end, or you have severe exhaustion at the end of your spiritual fast. It's because everybody is different. And what that means is that what someone else is doing for their fast, and when they break their fast, a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to drink cranberry juice, I'm going to get me a Coke Zero, but those are actually all the wrong things. It's actually very incorrect things. When refeeding, going from no nourishment, when dry fasting, you actually need to start with the electrolytes and minerals. That's not in cranberry juice. Okay, but I don't know what I'm talking about, so let me stay focused. I came here to motivate you, to fight fear. More to the story is, when we're on a weight loss journey, and this is heavy for a lot of people. When you are on a weight loss journey and you chronically fast and you do surgery, GLP stuff, if you go to those websites from the FDA, it actually speaks against intermittent fasting. But again, most people only trust doctors. I am not. I'm a retired professional behaviorist, a professional counselor of over 23 years. I am in the mental health space. But I can tell you from years of experience and what trainings I have acquired, there is some truth to the science in which I'm speaking about, okay? So what I'm explaining is that when you go to break your... Okay, so let me go back. So first of all, if you're on a GLP-1, you shouldn't be intermittent fasting, starving yourself, waiting, skipping meals or anything. It actually tells you that for maintenance and longevity of that effectiveness of that particular item that you use, that you should be training the body to eat small amounts of food throughout the day from the jump. But what happens is people begin to see massive weight loss from not eating anything but one meal a day or one protein shake. So they go through with that method because they're seeing weight loss results, not thinking about the nutritional lack that is happening in the process, the loss of the muscle viscosity and things of that nature. Because we're getting the physical result, we're not thinking of what could be happening at that rate. So the reason why it suggests that you do that is because if you don't have the injection anymore and you haven't created those habits, you haven't taught your body how to consistently break down food, metabolically increase this rate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, then the tool is not as effective as it could, because it means that without the tool, you'll go back to the same habits you had before, meaning your results are reliant only on that. So if you don't have that, then what, right? Right. And I'm speaking from women I work with that are trying to get the weight off from after their GLP-1 experience. They lost weight, all right, but they gained it back plus more. And the biggest issue was that during the time of usage, there was no focus on actually retraining the metabolic muscles and refeeding our food rewiring. Those three techniques are required regardless if you're natural, dieting, caloric tracking, surgery, GLP-1. Those three things you must have regardless of the method you use, because that's how sustainability occurs. If you teach a baby only to walk so he can reach the front door, you ain't gonna teach him how to open the door and walk outside the door. You got to teach him how to walk all the time. So if you only learn how to control the eating when you have the injection, then what happens when there's no access to the injection? So if you don't learn the habit, then it's another crutch. And if they take away the crutch, you can't walk outside the door. The goal is to do both. Use the tool, use the system. Together, that's what makes it sustainable. Meaning, regardless if you give it to me or not, regardless if I can get the service or not, regardless if I can go to the gym or not, COVID is a clear indicator. It's an answer to the many delusions that we're walking around here thinking. That what COVID should have taught us. COVID should have taught us I cannot be sitting around here relying on tracking no calories and going to the gym, because when they shut the gym down, all of us was around here big. Guess what? I did not gain excessive weight. Why? Because I've been tracking and learning how to rewire my food behavior and eating for the last 9 years. I didn't just wake up one day and start doing it. I've been doing it since I opened the door to this journey, because I've been big twice. I didn't just wake up and start struggling with my weight. I've been struggling with my weight. I'm gonna get the comments right now. So because I was my second time around, I knew that if I did not change the way I thought about how I dealt with food, I was just going on another journey that was going to be cyclic. Another cycle. I was going to be on the cycle, lose the weight, take all the photos, share my journey with you, and then come back with a post and tell you how I done gained weight and my mama done died and I ate the pain away and I'm back up 100 pounds and I need you to support me and I'm going to do this thing again and I got it. Well, I said that last time, but I didn't have it up here. It doesn't matter how cute my workout outfit is and how much I'm clocking it to you in my outfit. If I'm still obsessive compulsive craving at night, if I'm still eating to make myself sleep better and to feel loved and wanted and accepted, if I'm still doing those things, it doesn't matter how much I'm clocking it in front of you. And if in the background, if I'm still struggling. Oh, you understand what I'm saying? Are we on the same page? Let me grab. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm on here. Okay, let me get. I got a ton of comments. Let me grab them real quick. Yeah, I got my contacts on. I can see them a little bit. See them. Okay, I'm trying to get some. Ash says so true. Yes, Ash, I'm telling you, I done did it all, baby. I got so many stories. I can story time you and tell you green in the fist, baby. I don't even want cake. I did read that I got with that. How long were you on or you my house? I was 592 pounds for an entire year and a half almost. And then before, it was the second time I was big. The first time I was large for my whole life. I lost weight. I got down to 238 pounds, and then I gained 389 pounds in 10 months eating from depression. So I'm not just talking about that. I'm a food addict, raging, real life, go to meetings, therapy, treatment, real life, not making it up. It's a real thing. Oh my God, you look absolutely amazing. Just told a friend I had to retrain my. It's a baby. Listen, Miss Mesa girl, you get your mindset in the game and you will be unstoppable. Because what happens with most of us is we lose a lot of weight. We find a system that works, but because it's systematic, not physiological, meaning our mindset is only based on the habits of the system. Meaning, if you take away the system, can I still thrive? Can I still flourish? Can I still follow and be successful? Can I go into a room with no tools at all and be sure I can still stay on my journey? Or am I easily swayed and knocked off by the circumstances in front of me? Am I on the wagon, off the wagon? Okay. It says, Mesa Girl, thank you so much. Is this for you? I don't know what unicity is. No, I'm not selling anything beautiful. I'm actually doing a motivational reading. I do this every night. I'm not I don't know how to explain it. My name is Coach Kenya. I'm the owner of iRise Inc. Transformation coaching firm. I've been around for about 10 years, well before TikTok came around. I'm not. You don't have to drop no gifts. You don't have to hit the like button. I'm not asking you to do any of those things. You can just grab the information, education, be inspired, be motivated, and go change your own life. That's all you have to do here. There's nothing to sell here. Yes, I have a TikTok shop. Yes, I have a business license, copyrighted for over 10 years, but no, this is not what this is about. This is literally to help people break the bondage of self when it comes to weight loss, food addiction, eating disorders, and obesity. Thank you, Yolanda, for the follow. Hi, HK Digitals. I think I'm saying it right. Hey, boo on Facebook, I see you. Um, web it. I'm sure it's some kind of program. I already use a protein shake that I like. I don't need to promote nobody's. I don't want nobody's. You don't have to use the one I use. I'm not that girl. I don't believe that my product will change your life. My products change my life, and I'm okay with that. I'm not going to sit here and convince you to use it too. I've already lost 479 pounds and kept it off. I have a great life. So I'm not the one that's going to sit here and convince you all the reasons why you should do what I'm doing. What I'm trying to explain to people is the fear and how it prevents you from excelling, not just in weight loss, but in every area of your life. And after dying I've died 9 times, okay? 9 times, been on my beat on my chest, tube in my throat, bring me back to life type dying. That picture above you is me on my deathbed in hospice and palliative care planning my funeral. So for me, weight loss isn't a fad, a trick, a trade, a come up, a hook up, a look up. It's not an email with a spreadsheet. It's none of that. I actually run a full-fledged coaching company, just like you would receive if you were working with a medical physician, so that my clients can receive ultimate results. I work with over 100,000 people in 14 countries, and I've been featured in over 17 different media, news, magazine outlets for my theories and my weight loss journey and my concepts and techniques that I found around weight loss and obesity. So I love what I do. So thank you for being here. I hope that gives you information. But no, I don't have anything fancy for you. Unless you just want to hang out tonight. That's what we're doing right now. Just hanging out and learning together. Um, oh no, I don't fast that long. Oh, thank God. 12 hours. Okay. But I understand you. I don't spiritual fast. Okay, so for your fast, what are you doing during the fast? How are you, what are you doing for your metabolism to utilize that time? Are you giving the toxins and the visceral fat a reason to grind and work, or are you just sipping water and praying on a spiritual awakening to jump in your stomach and break the fat down? Like, what's your system? Because fasting without prayer is starvation, and fasting without focus is desperation. So which one you doing, sissy? So I can walk you through it, mamas. I got you, Ash. I can tell you how to do it with your product, her product, they product, its product. As long as you ain't using no soy, you all right. Soy is actually a weird thing, another topic. But be sure if you're using a protein shake, if it has soy in it, and you wondering why you feel bloated and have lapses of energy in the middle of the day, research soy lactin, and it'll tell you why. And definitely, if you fast that long and then eat way too much, listen, Ash. So my client had never done a 40-day fast. She was so excited. She did her 40-day fast. She actually lost 29 pounds, which is amazing, right? And as I explained to her, the first 10 pounds is fluid, excess toxins in the body. And then after you get that first 10 pounds or so off, then you're kind of into what we like to call real sustainable weight loss, right? Not fluid release, right? So that's a great thing. The problem, because it was done by decreased caloric intake, you have to slowly refeed the body so that the body doesn't try to hold on to all the things you re-enter into its system and store it as nutrition and fat cells for later to survive. No, no skin removal, love book. No love. It's all me. No scars, no cuts. All me. All natural. When you lose weight natural and you really focus on making sure you filling in those five main categories and the way that you eat, it really will help with the skin absorption. But I also use products to help with my skin. I use a little bit of collagen and hyaluronic acid on my skin after the shower, as well as the nutritional products that I use because they're high powered nutrition. They've helped with some of the sagging. Yes, I'm gonna have some skin. I used to weigh 600 pounds. I'm all the way down to 100 and freaking 57 pounds. The moral to the story is little skin is better than me laying up in the bed, paralyzed with a catheter, a feeding tube, holes all in my body, pooping and shitting on myself at 35 years old. I'd rather have this saggy arm than that situation right there. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Every day. Thank you, Tracy. Coach, please be my weight loss friend. I would love to, Ash. No worries. Natural is what I'm doing. Okay, Ash. Water, water, meditate. I want you to start tomorrow morning when you get up. It's a Saturday. I want you to get up, and before you do anything, I want you to close your eyes. Thank God. Take 5 deep breaths in. Recite your favorite scripture in and out. 5 deep breaths in and out again. Recite your favorite scripture. Do that 3 times before you do anything else. And then list 3 things you are grateful for. I want you to do that every day. When you switch your mind from anxiousness and stress about results and stay present, focusing on the breath, focusing on the thoughts, you actually begin to create a very calming space for the body to dwell. It means that when stuff begins to happen, you respond less physically so that your physical emotions aren't always aroused, causing you to want to chew to calm oneself down. 300 plus in 10 months. That's how much you lost. That's how much I gained. I gained 389 pounds in 10 months. Yes, and I lost 416 pounds. I lost 164 pounds in 6 months. I lost 416 pounds in 12 months. I lost 468 pounds in 22 months, and I've kept the weight off now for almost 9 straight years. It's my 11-year anniversary. Stephanie says, "Oh wow, blessed. Thank you. Are you diabetic?" No, I was pre-diabetic. I was pre-diabetic, but I wasn't diabetic. But I was having to get insulin injections and pricked to be tested, only because I was so big and I was eating so badly, and I have a severe medical condition. Well, okay, I have a terminal medical condition, and so because of that, I was not very well. When the bigger I am, the sicker I am because of the toxins and things coming from the food. It triggers the autoimmune disease. I do not have to live symptomatic with lupus, PCOS, and endometriosis. I don't have to live with the symptoms. That's a delusion. Those things do not make you gain weight. I have those diseases. I haven't gained weight in 9.5, almost 11 years because I don't eat like that. You understand what I'm saying? PCOS wasn't picking up hamburgers and ordering door dashes in the middle of the night and going through drive-thrus. I was. So I had to first start accepting those responsibilities. I had to stop making excuses for the things that were not at fault. I had to accept my fault. But a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to sit down and say, no, friend, you're big because you made a choice to keep eating and that's why you're big. Yes, you have those diseases, but they're not. No, your thyroid did not make you gain 600 pounds. You eating from the increased symptoms that cause cravings is what helped you gain 600 pounds. But it definitely was not those diseases. They did not jump out of your mouth and go in the kitchen and get those meals. You did. They didn't order anything. They didn't go through no drive-thrus. You did. Yes, you live with those diseases, but you live with the symptoms of them. Those symptoms cause you to crave. You physically make the action happen, not your diseases. So first we have to stop living in malarkey and delusional behavior. Step number 1. When we get to the fact and the realization that we're at fault, that we have to accept responsibility. We have to quit running around. I can't lose weight because of this. I know it's my thyroid. No, it's not, boo. It's the bag of chips you're eating right now, because if you look it up and do the research, when you have a heightened thyroid, processed food makes you swell and causes severe edema and lipedema for a lot of us. But because we wanted to be the PCOS and endometriosis, but we don't want to stop eating the chips and the fried food that are triggering the symptoms in the disorder that's causing you to become inflamed and thus then store the fat and the toxins. We would rather have fried chicken and be miserable and say it's our thyroid than eat the baked chicken, get up and walk around the block for 15 minutes. I know it was my story. hmm I went to the doctor every month and told the doctor I was doing everything I could and was lying straight through my teeth. hmm So what had to happen was I had to fully walk into the truth of me. I had to fully accept that I was contributing. All those diseases were true. All those symptoms were true. But what I had to accept is I was playing part of the role. The longer I blamed it on everything else that was true, evidence supported it, but it didn't make it at fault. Do you understand what I'm saying? Evidence supported it, but it didn't make it at fault. What made it at fault is my choice. Example, if I'm diagnosed with endometriosis and I know that when I eat chocolate or sugar or salt, it causes my ankles to swell and they give me a migraine headache, then why am I walking around with Snickers and candy bars and chips in my purse? Make it make sense. That's not the endometriosis, didn't put that in my purse. I did. So this is where then I have to stand and say, there's something addictive going on here. Because if I'm sick, I know I'm sick. I claim this disease is taking over my life, but yet I'm not doing anything to better the symptoms. Some of y'all walking around calling everybody else narcissistic when you got traits of the way you living in your own life around this food. Some of y'all gaslighting yourself. I know I did. I know I did. I know that the fact that I went to the doctor, cried, wept, and moped in that man's office like I was doing everything under the sun to get out of that office, get in the car, and go through the drive-through to get the very thing the man done told me. Time movement. How are you? Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for coming here. I appreciate you. But if I don't, if I it what I'm explaining is the cravings and the urges that you're having are real. Thank you. And they're coming partially from related to that diagnosis, right? When you have thyroid issues like myself, I had a hysterectomy at 30, which means I've been dealing with thyroid issues for 17 years. Look at that. See? And you never hear me say, oh, I gained 10 pounds, it's my thyroid. No. If I start acting crazy and get out of line and get to eating and thinking I can be free to roam the country because I can become obsessive compulsive over snacks. I'll over snack and I'll do it every day for several days and I'll do it a couple weeks and then I'll do it a couple months and I'll look up and I've gained 15 pounds. I didn't gain the 15 pounds from eating the cake one time. I gained the 15 pounds because I got in the habit of going through the drive-thru, getting a piece of cake or getting the 2 pies and the drink every day. It's because I slid by accident back into the very behaviors. Hi, Jamal. How are you? Jamal Laura. Is it Jamal Laura or Laura? Am I saying it right? You can so easily slide back into the habits, and that's why you have to be alert and focused. Okay? That's why you create the habits and not attach it to anything innate that someone can take from you. Are you following what I just said? Everything about my journey, if they took my apartment, my car, I could still make it. I don't have to resort to not eating healthy because everything I've done this time around on this side of my weight loss journey is 100% reliant on things directly around me. I got you back. I have no problem following back. Not an issue of mine at all, boo. Okay. So the theory here is that you create habits that help produce longevity. Hi, my name is Kenya Lachelle Elliott. I'm your retired area behaviorist, professional counselor, and clinical coordinator who helps train, rewire, and create new healthy food relationships with individuals who chronically battle with issues of obesity, weight loss or weight gain, eating disorders, and food addictions that have been untreated and undiagnosed to get the proper help needed to not only lose weight, but to keep the weight off. That's me. Welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. And this is my backup page, you guys. I do have over 60,000 followers on my other page. So if you go to my backup page, you'll see that all my videos are there, all my workouts, all of my books, my interviews, anything. You can Google me as well, and you'll see that my history that I'm sharing with you is legitimate and valid. Okay. So I would never do that to you. All right. Our second book. So the first book we talked about scripture and spiritual connectedness to dealing with the food and to dealing with the fear. The second book, guess what we do? Codependency. Did you know that if you struggle with obesity, overeating, emotional eating, starvation, restricting, chronic dieting, or anything of that nature, did you know that that means your relationship with food is codependently inappropriate? And did you know because of relationship is something that is required, it's like the narcissistic relationship you can never break up with because it was required. Did you know that you have to change how you live, deal, and feel about food? That you can't just restrict it. Most of us think if I restrict it, I win, but you have to change how you feel, live, and deal with food. You have to create a new food identity and rewire the behavior connected to it, or you'll find yourself subconsciously overeating. Mhm. So we deal with the relationship. We talk about the ways that food has been our friend, our lover, our mother, our brother, our sister, and our cousin for many of us. We also talk about how food has been our medicine, our lover, and our hater sometimes. By doing that, we get to look at the way food has soothed us and also hurt us, soothed us, and hurt us all at the same time. Food was my first love. It's the most narcissistic relationship I've ever been in. It's the only one I can never fully leave. Imagine that. Wrap your head around that. hmm I'm gonna let you wrap your head around what I just said while I get into the June 27th. Okay, my software is flickering again. So if your signal is being weird, I want to first and foremost definitely apologize. And I'll try to upload the recording if I notice that the live was sketchy. Something's wrong with it. I've downloaded, deleted it, started. I don't know. But here we are making it happen, okay? June 27th says, be vulnerable with yourself. As we go through our days, we meet many people. We learn it's safe to be vulnerable with some, not so safe or wise to be vulnerable with others. But there is one person it's always safe to be vulnerable with: yourself. Share your deepest secrets with yourself. Whether you rise early in the morning and write your thoughts in a journal, or take a few moments throughout the day to bring your deepest secrets to conscious. You need to be clear, straight, and honest with yourself. Harboring secrets, ducking, dodging, and hiding from the truth will slow you down. It will block you. The pathway to your heart. It can even stop you cold if you get enough secrets tucked away. Take time each day to recognize what you think you feel. You don't have to act. The sheer acts of recognition, honesty, and acceptance are all that are necessary to keep you moving, growing, and going forward. Today's quote: be vulnerable as you safely can with those you meet along the way, but always be vulnerable with yourself. Stephanie P., you're beautiful. That's powerful. I was trying to follow you earlier. I got you. Just call me. Um, that's that kind of goes along with what I just mentioned. Remember, I literally was just saying that some of us have to stand in a sense of honesty and truth with ourselves. That when we get in that acceptance, because what happens is if when you are dealing with a problem and you want to pursue change, if you have not fully accepted the role that you played in the situation, it's more difficult to grasp the pathway to change that is required to shift. Huh? It's like if I'm working on something, but I don't accept the role that I played on it getting broken, but I want to fix it. How can I work on fixing something if I haven't accepted what I contribute to breaking it? Does that make sense? Welcome, Jen. Welcome, Kez. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Thankful Nurse. Thank you, Just Free. Does that make sense? So I hope that kind of gives you hi Sylvia, I hope that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm sharing in terms of dealing with the mindset. That this is why I'm so spiritually focus, and I so heavily ask that you stand present, that you focus on growing your relationship with your higher power, that you tap into defining your own spiritual walk and what that is required for you to be able to fall down and cry out to your higher power, your God, knowing that no matter what you go through, you don't have to use food any longer as a coping skill. See, many of us don't even realize how severely dependent we are on eating our stress away because we don't even recognize it. But once we become aware, then we become active. But unless if we are not aware, we can't activate something we don't know anything about. And if we are in denial, we can't fix something that we don't even think is broken. If I don't think I've contributed to my weight loss, then how can I fully authentically change my weight and wellness issues, behaviors, and habits if I don't think I played a role in even getting to where I'm going? Number one rule to the game: accept responsibility for how you got where you are, and you'll be able to take with you the responsibility to go where you want to be. Hands down. Self-discipline, self-control, and self-belief are the three components that can allow you to explore, enhance, and advance in any area you're looking at, because you accept, you own, you stand up, and then you seek solutions. And from that, growth, results, change, enhancement, and the pathway to the life that you not only dreamed of, but you've always desired. Like, it is possible. If God did it for somebody else, he'll do it for you. We don't serve that type of God where he can only do it one time. We serve a type of God that can do it over and over and over and over. And all he's asking you to do is to get in alignment with the things that need to be laid out in the pathway, so that when he looks and sees it, he knows he's blessing the person who's ready to receive it. May God bless you and keep you. Thank you for tuning in for tonight's daily reading with Coach Kenya. Any questions? Any questions? Hi, Sonia. Hi, Yolanda. Welcome in. We're finishing up. Any questions? Thank you guys so much for the follows. I followed back as many as I could already. And of course, you guys, y'all know I'm back in Arizona. It's always a sign when I'm with my real girl. Swartzy Crystal out, baby. I always know when I'm in the AZ. With my girl. All right, I'm out of here, you guys. I won't keep you very long. This Friday. Please be my God. Says Ash. I think I'm on one of the outlets that will let you give you my website so that you connect with me. Let me give it without the beginning, so it's not a problem. So whatifirise.com, whatifirise.www. There's a contact form on the front. You can fill it out and it'll let you book an appointment with myself for a 15-minute consultation. It is free. The consultation is free. You can also grab up our free 7-day meal plan on our website. We have a free 7-day meal plan. I'll see if they've made it the access to that meal plan available. They had closed it down because they had opened up a certain amount and it had got full. So I'll go in there right now and take a peek and make sure that link is back up and running. Excuse me. Okay, it says open another window. All right, guys. Okay, so I'm going to... Okay, it's loading. So once it gets loaded, I'll double check that link is available, Miss Ash. You can also message me right here. I'll message you back. I don't know if you're Miss Ash. You said you can do this. You got this. Get your free consultation. Doesn't cost you anything. If you give me a few minutes, I'll make sure the pre-consultation link is available because the appointments were booked all up. So we had to open up more appointments for the end of the month. So it was blocked off. So if you can't book it, don't worry. Just come back in the morning. It'll let you book it. And then there's also going to be a link that'll give you a free meal plan. That link also was blocked out because it was sold out as well. Like the amount of free meal plans was full. And so that has to be opened back up. So Those two things are things I see that it's not open. I went in here and looked. So that's how I know. So what you're going to do is when you go back in tomorrow morning, you'll click on the schedule 15 minutes, schedule your appointment, and then it'll under it say, plus give me my free. I think when the icon is on, it'll say something like, plus give me my free 7-day sample. And when you click on that, it'll have you fill out a form, but the form will say, it'll say, I want my free meal plan. So your thing is just to click on it and get the free meal plan. You're just going to enter the email and the email that you use to fill out the contact form, and then hit reset on your password. And when you log back in, it'll be the free meal plan. And then you'll come to whatever scheduled date it gives you. Now, my appointment probably is going to give you the second week of July, because I know that we're closed the 2nd of July to the 8th. But my daily clients and my coaching clients, we have private spaces. So even though our facility is closed, we still have daily contact and communication with our clients as part of the services that we offer. So even when we're not hosting our daily coaching sessions, because we do meet daily, I do still provide support to my community. So I'd love to have you. I look forward to seeing your name, Miss Ash, in my email portal. Okay. All right. Any other questions? And also, one of you guys, I don't know if you're in this live, sweetheart. The reason why my team isn't responding is because you called one of my staff members. She was responsible for the phone. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. Um, And so we reverse looked up your number. You keep texting and calling at 3 a.m. No one's ever going to respond to that. My staff don't work at that time. I don't either. So you might want to be like a little more conscious and aware of the time zone, because what's happening is your message is going to what we call unfiltered calls because of the hours, the time zone. So that's only checked like once a month because it's the time zone. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. So it means wherever you are, it was early in the morning. No business is open at that time of the morning, boo. So I know you're anxious, but I'm not texting you even if I get the message. I'm not texting you back. I'm with my family. Okay. Now come on. Let's be rational now. All right. So if you text at 3 a.m. and you're mad you didn't get a response, you're never going to get one. Never. I'm not going to do that. I have a whole family. I'm not going to do that to my family. Now, that might be okay in your house, but it ain't okay in mine. Okay, boo? So we did reverse search your number because everything is tracked. And you, in fact, did send a message, but your previous message was at 2:48 a.m. The one you sent yesterday morning was at 3:28 a.m. The one you sent this morning was at 3:22. Sweetie, it's never going to happen. I don't know what country you're in, but it says you're on the East Coast, which means no matter how you flip it, you're texting and calling somebody consistently at 6 a.m. in a business and expecting business to happen. Where? So you let me know. I messaged you. I sent you the message. I sent you the screenshots. Because most when I tell people that, they'll tell me they didn't do it. They'll say, I never would do that. I would never disrespect you and call you that early. So I actually sent you the screenshots so you can know that the reason why your thing keeps going to the queue saying undeliverable is because you're calling after hours and you're leaving no message. You're not leaving a voicemail or anything. You're calling and hanging up repeatedly. So it's kicking you into spam calls, okay? So I don't know if that was your intention, but it did show your number, but it kind of showed your number like where you're calling and you're hanging up, but you're not leaving a voicemail or anything. The number is the number. So if you have a message, you got to leave it so that the team can work with you, okay? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm actually a one-on-one therapeutic coach. I have been for the last 8.5, 9 years. So I have clients in 14 different countries in 6 different time zones. So it's not that the time zone is the issue, is that in my time zone, I only work in my time zone. So if you're in your time zone, it's fine that you message. But if you're messaging, you can't expect someone to respond to you because they're not in your time zone. Just like if I slip up and email my client and I'm in Arizona, we're 3 hours behind. I do not expect my client to wake up out of her bed at 2 a.m. and message me, guys. If the time zone sends out an automated text, I don't expect my clients to wake up and answer the automated text in the middle of the night because all the time zones are different. So the computer system is trying to find the best time zone that fits the client that it's currently texting. That's why it's automated, right? And so some of it's out of my control, but for my clients, like I have a client, she lives in Maryland. Her appointment is at nighttime. Her appointment's from 7 to 9 p.m. It's in the evening. It's late at night, but she pays for after hour services, right? And so everything, I've been doing this for so long, everything is set up just like it would be if you were going to an outpatient therapeutic weight loss facility, or if you were getting like going into an intensive outpatient grouping coaching firm. So it's just like if you were in an intensive IEP, except we're mostly digital. If you live locally, then I do work with my clients in person, up close, go into the home and help them with this stuff. Okay, let me look. Okay, so clients have personal contact with me. No, you just do not see me on this app talking. No, this is not my primary form of contact. No, this is not the only way you can get a hold of me. Yes, I have a website. Yes, I have a team. Yes, I have staff. Yes, I have a whole group of people that work with me to help me do what I do. I do not do this all by myself. They make me look good, I promise. We work with a plethora of nurse practitioners, nutritionists, and things of that nature, as well as a couple of doctors, a few lawyers for legal reasons, and a couple technology specialists and fitness experts. The reason why we consult with them is because as an individual who offers eat better, feel better, live better concepts, I like to stay in connected, up-to-date information in the different areas so I can bring to my women the most relevant, updated, based knowledge, giving them the information they need to succeed long term. Any other questions? Nope. All right. Well, I'm going to hop off on here. I have to get back to work. I'm pushing a deadline and I'm exhausted. But we got to do it. We're launching a bunch of new products that are friendly for our elderly population that want to do natural weight loss and health and wellness. And so I'm creating videos and workouts and a portal so that we can help our elderly population also have better ability, balance, agility, and strength as well. So I'm excited. So Ash, I look forward to seeing you. Ty, thank you so much. Please feel free to tap in. You can message me. There's a lot of message, but I do get to them. It just takes me some time. That's why it's better to just go over to my website, send a message there because my team will see it and they'll forward it to the direct place. And if you're not asking me a question, they're going to forward it to somebody on my teams that handle that issue. So if the question is for me, please make sure you reference it accordingly so you can get to the person that you want to speak with, okay? Because if you're just asking about a product or something, it's going to go to product and team knowledge. But if you're asking for a direct question related to your health and wellness, then it's going to come over to me. So make sure you make note of that when you're booking those appointments and it asks you questions about what you want to talk about, okay? Love you guys. I'm going to get off here. I got tons of work. I want to stay focused. I want to keep it going because I want this July 4th launch to be unbelievable. And the only way I can make that is to keep putting in the work. So you guys have a great night. Love you so much. Thank you for rocking with Coach Kenya. And don't forget to realize you are strong enough to win. The title of my company is I Rise, which means I realize I'm strong enough. And I pray that you realize that too. Have a great night. God bless you all. And may God keep you abundantly and answer your prayers expeditiously. And that anything that you are asking for, that He may hear you and He may see you because I see you. May God bless you and keep you. Good night.